Many iconic stars of Hollywood's golden age underwent cosmetic procedures to enhance their beauty and maintain their on-screen allure. While some were open about their surgeries, others kept them secret. Here's a glimpse into the transformations of some legendary figures. Marilyn Monroe, one of the most iconic figures of Hollywood's golden age, made subtle but significant changes to enhance her beauty. Early in her career, Monroe underwent a nose job and received a chin implant, reportedly using bovine cartilage, to refine and balance her facial features. These procedures helped her achieve the soft, symmetrical look that became her trademark. In addition, she used electrolysis to permanently remove her natural widow's peak, which altered her hairline and gave her a smoother, more uniform forehead, more in line with mid-century beauty standards. These cosmetic changes were kept secret during her lifetime, as image manipulation in Hollywood was rarely discussed publicly. However, they played a key role in crafting the glamorous persona that defined her. Monroe's transformation showcases the pressure even the most beautiful stars felt to meet the industry's ideals, often turning to surgical or cosmetic enhancements to maintain their status. Today, her look remains one of the most recognizable and emulated in pop culture, a result of both natural charm and deliberate reinvention behind the scenes. Elizabeth Taylor, a legendary figure of Hollywood's golden age, was admired worldwide for her striking violet eyes and timeless beauty. Despite her natural allure, Taylor felt self-conscious about certain aspects of her appearance and chose to undergo cosmetic procedures to enhance her features. Early in her career, she had a rhinoplasty to subtly reshape her nose, which she believed was too prominent for the screen. The surgery helped balance her facial proportions, contributing to the iconic image that made her a cinematic icon. As she aged, Taylor remained committed to maintaining her youthful looks and later chose to have a facelift. This procedure was intended to preserve the smoothness and firmness of her skin, allowing her to age gracefully while staying in the public eye. Like many stars of her era, she kept these changes private, as discussing plastic surgery was taboo at the time. Elizabeth Taylor's enhancements reflect both the pressures of Hollywood's beauty standards and her personal desire to maintain the elegance and glamour for which she was so famously known. Bette Davis, one of Hollywood's most revered actresses, was known for her intense gaze and strong, expressive features. As she aged, Davis chose to undergo several cosmetic procedures to preserve her on-screen presence and address age-related changes. One of the most notable surgeries she had was blepharoplasty, or eyelid surgery, to correct sagging eyelids that were not only affecting her appearance but also interfering with her vision. This procedure helped maintain the clarity and power of her iconic eyes, a defining feature of her acting persona. In addition to eyelid surgery, Davis had work done on her chin and neck to tighten and smooth those areas, which helped combat signs of aging and allowed her to continue working in a youth-focused industry. Like many stars of her era, she kept these enhancements discreet, understanding the stigma around cosmetic surgery at the time. Bette Davis's decision to undergo these procedures reflected both a desire to maintain her physical identity and a professional necessity to stay relevant in the visually driven world of film during the golden age of Hollywood. Judy Garland, beloved for her unforgettable role as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, was a symbol of talent and vulnerability in Hollywood's golden age. Behind the scenes, however, she faced intense pressure from studio executives to conform to narrow beauty standards. Early in her career, Garland underwent a nose job to refine the shape of her nose, which was considered too broad by studio heads. The goal was to create a more delicate, camera-friendly profile that fit the era's ideals of femininity. Later, she also had jaw surgery to correct an overbite and improve the alignment of her teeth. This not only enhanced her facial symmetry but also contributed to a more polished appearance on screen. These procedures were part of a larger pattern of studio-controlled transformations, where young stars were molded, often unwillingly, to fit the Hollywood image. Garland's story reflects the harsh realities of being a young actress during that time, immense pressure to change, even when it meant undergoing surgery. Her physical transformation was subtle but significant, contributing to the look that audiences came to adore. Rita Hayworth, born Margarita Carmen Cancino, underwent one of the most dramatic and carefully managed transformations in Golden Age Hollywood. To align with the beauty ideals of the time, she altered several key aspects of her appearance. One of the most notable changes was having electrolysis treatments to raise her naturally low hairline by about an inch. This painful and time-consuming process permanently removed hair from her forehead, giving her a more traditionally Anglo appearance and softening her facial proportions to suit Hollywood's narrow beauty standards. In addition to this, she changed her hair color from her natural black to a vibrant red, a shade that became her trademark. These changes, along with a new name and carefully managed publicity, helped distance her image from her Spanish heritage and rebranded her as a classic American screen siren. While these alterations contributed to her stunning success and lasting fame, they also highlight the intense pressures placed on ethnic stars to assimilate. Hayworth's transformation is a striking example of how the film industry often shaped, not just promoted, its most famous faces. Marlene Dietrich, the iconic German-American actress known for her androgynous style and striking beauty, went to great lengths to craft and preserve her distinctive appearance. Determined to enhance her naturally high cheekbones, she reportedly had her upper molars removed, a drastic and painful procedure meant to create a more hollowed look in her cheeks, intensifying the sharpness of her bone structure. This extreme decision reflected her commitment to maintaining an unforgettable image in an industry obsessed with appearance. Dietrich was also known for using unconventional beauty techniques like surgical tape and hairpins to create a temporary facelift effect. She would pull back the skin on her face and secure it beneath wigs or hats to achieve a taut, youthful look, especially for close-up shots. These non-surgical tricks became part of her signature off-screen regimen, proving her deep investment in personal presentation. In an era when cosmetic enhancements were rarely discussed, Dietrich embraced both radical and subtle methods to control how she looked. Her efforts helped solidify her status as a timeless Hollywood icon, elegant, mysterious, and entirely self-styled. Clark Gable, famously known as the King of Hollywood, underwent several physical changes to maintain his leading man appeal. Early in his career, Gable had otoplasty surgery to pin back his ears, which were considered too prominent for the screen. This subtle change significantly enhanced his facial symmetry and helped create the suave, confident image that made him a box office legend. His transformation didn't end there. Gable also struggled with serious dental issues caused by periodontitis, a severe gum infection. As a result, he had most of his teeth removed and wore dentures for much of his life. Despite this, his charismatic smile remained one of his most recognizable features, carefully maintained with the help of skilled dental work. These alterations were not widely publicized at the time, as Hollywood studios were eager to protect the flawless image of their stars. Gable's experience reflects the hidden efforts many Golden Age actors made to conform to the era's strict standards of beauty and perfection. His enduring charm and rugged elegance were, in part, the result of both medical intervention and old Hollywood image-making. Joan Crawford, one of the most enduring stars of Hollywood's Golden Age, was deeply committed to maintaining her image of glamour and strength. In 1953, she underwent a facelift and breast augmentation, procedures that were relatively uncommon and even controversial at the time. Crawford approached beauty with military precision and believed in doing whatever it took to preserve her youth and screen appeal. Beyond surgery, she had a range of unique beauty rituals. One of her most unusual beliefs was that chewing gum helped to firm her jawline and flush out toxins beneath her chin. She also practiced a daily skincare routine that included splashing her face 25 times with ice-cold water after cleansing. She believed this tightened the skin and boosted circulation, contributing to her radiant appearance. These habits, along with her surgical enhancements, reflected both her intense discipline and the pressures placed on actresses to defy aging. While some criticized her choices, Crawford remained unapologetic, determined to control her image in an industry that rarely forgave the passage of time. Her commitment helped cement her legacy as a screen legend. Mary Pickford, one of the most beloved stars of the silent film era, was deeply concerned about aging and its impact on her career. Known as America's Sweetheart, Pickford's success relied heavily on her expressive facial gestures, which communicated emotions without spoken words. Fearing the loss of her youthful appearance, she underwent a facelift at a relatively young age, an unusual decision at the time. Unfortunately, the surgery had unintended consequences. While it helped smooth her skin and reduce wrinkles, it also limited her facial mobility, making it difficult for her to convey the nuanced expressions that were vital to silent film acting. This created a significant challenge, as her ability to emote silently was central to her performances and appeal. Despite this setback, Pickford remained an influential figure in Hollywood and continued to shape the industry, eventually co-founding United Artists and serving as a founding member of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. Her experience reflects the early pressures on actresses to maintain youthfulness, even at the expense of their artistic expression. Frank Sinatra, the legendary crooner known for his smooth voice and charismatic presence, reportedly underwent cosmetic procedures early in his career to maintain a youthful and polished appearance. As the pressures of Hollywood's golden age mounted, Sinatra sought to preserve the fresh, boyish look that helped endear him to millions of fans. He is said to have had both a facelift and jowl surgery, procedures aimed at tightening the skin and reducing sagging around the lower face and neck. These surgeries helped him combat the early signs of aging, ensuring he remained camera-ready for the demanding film and music industry schedules. At a time when cosmetic surgery was often stigmatized, Sinatra's choices reflected a desire to stay relevant and competitive in a fiercely image-conscious world. His smooth, timeless appeal was not just a product of natural talent but also the result of carefully maintained physical presentation. This blend of artistry and appearance contributed to Sinatra's lasting legacy as one of the most iconic entertainers of the 20th century. Gloria Swanson, a celebrated actress and producer of Hollywood's silent film era, underwent rhinoplasty as part of her transformation from stage performer to screen icon. The transition from theater to film demanded a different kind of presence, one that could withstand the scrutiny of close-up shots and high-definition cameras. Swanson's decision to have her nose reshaped was motivated by a desire to meet these new visual standards, ensuring her features appeared balanced and elegant on the big screen. At a time when cosmetic surgery was not widely discussed or accepted, her choice was both bold and practical, reflecting the intense pressure stars faced to maintain a flawless appearance. This procedure helped her craft the glamorous image that audiences admired and that studios demanded. Beyond her physical transformation, Swanson's talent and business acumen solidified her place as one of Hollywood's most influential women. Her rhinoplasty is an early example of how stars adapted to evolving industry expectations, blending artistry with subtle surgical enhancements to define the golden age of Hollywood. John Wayne, the iconic star of westerns and rugged masculinity, surprisingly underwent several plastic surgery procedures to maintain his youthful and vigorous appearance. Despite his tough guy image, Wayne was aware of the importance of looking good on screen, especially as he aged in a highly competitive industry. He opted for a facelift and neck lift, procedures designed to tighten sagging skin and reduce wrinkles, helping him maintain the strong jawline and commanding presence audiences loved. Additionally, Wayne had eyelid surgery, blepharoplasty, to remove drooping skin around his eyes, which not only improved his appearance but also helped him look more alert and energetic in close-up shots. These surgeries were discreet and never publicly discussed during his lifetime, as the Hollywood culture at the time often stigmatized cosmetic enhancements. Wayne's willingness to undergo these procedures reflects the pressure even the most rugged stars felt to meet Hollywood's beauty standards. His blend of natural charisma and surgical help contributed to his enduring appeal as a legendary figure of American cinema. Dean Martin, the effortlessly cool member of the Rat Pack, was known for his smooth voice, laid-back charm, and polished good looks. However, early in his career, Martin made the decision to undergo rhinoplasty to refine the shape of his nose. At the time, strong or irregular facial features were often seen as distractions on camera, and a more balanced, symmetrical appearance was preferred for leading men. His nose surgery helped soften his look, contributing to the suave, debonair image that became his trademark both on stage and in film. While Martin never publicly discussed the procedure, it's widely accepted that the subtle change helped open doors in Hollywood, elevating him from nightclub singer to bona fide movie star. In an industry where appearance played a critical role in casting, Martin's decision to alter his features demonstrated a calculated step toward long-term stardom. Combined with his natural talent and charisma, the rhinoplasty helped shape his public persona, refined, confident, and effortlessly appealing. Dean Martin's transformation is a classic example of how early cosmetic procedures influenced the careers of many Golden Age entertainers. Burt Lancaster, one of Hollywood's most dynamic leading men, was renowned for his rugged good looks and commanding screen presence. As he aged, Lancaster took deliberate steps to preserve the youthful, virile image that had defined much of his early career. He reportedly underwent multiple facelifts, a bold move for a male actor during a time when cosmetic surgery was still a taboo subject, especially for men. These procedures helped tighten his skin and maintain the chiseled jawline and smooth complexion that audiences associated with his powerful on-screen characters. While he never spoke openly about the surgeries during his prime, it later became known that he embraced cosmetic enhancements to remain competitive in an industry that increasingly favored younger stars. Lancaster's decision reflected the growing awareness among male actors that their appearance was just as scrutinized as that of their female counterparts. His physical upkeep allowed him to continue taking leading roles well into his later years. By investing in his image, Lancaster demonstrated how Golden Age actors quietly navigated the demands of fame, balancing natural charisma with medical intervention to stay at the top. Mary Pickford, known as America's sweetheart, was one of the most influential figures of the silent film era. With her delicate features and expressive eyes, she captivated audiences and became one of the first true movie stars. However, as she aged, Pickford grew increasingly concerned about maintaining the youthful appearance that had defined her career. In response to these fears, she underwent a facelift at a relatively young age, a rare and risky procedure during the early 20th century. Sadly, the results were not as she had hoped. The surgery left her facial muscles tighter and less mobile, limiting her ability to express subtle emotions. This was especially damaging for a silent film actress, as facial expressions were her primary tool for conveying emotion on screen. The experience not only affected her confidence but also marked a turning point in her acting career. Pickford's story underscores the intense pressure faced by women in Hollywood to preserve youth at all costs. Her struggle reveals the hidden sacrifices behind the glamour, and how even pioneers of cinema were not immune to the demands of beauty and image. Audrey Hepburn, beloved for her elegance and timeless beauty, relied on unique beauty techniques rather than surgical procedures to maintain her iconic look. Known for her delicate features and graceful presence, Hepburn developed a skincare routine that reflected her preference for natural enhancement. One of her beauty secrets was applying fresh Greek yogurt to her face and leaving it on for about 30 minutes before rinsing. This gentle, natural mask helped to soothe and moisturize her skin, giving it a soft, radiant glow. Additionally, Hepburn was meticulous about her eye makeup. To achieve her signature doe-eyed look, she used tweezers to separate each individual eyelash after applying mascara. This attention to detail created the illusion of fuller, perfectly defined lashes without relying on heavy cosmetics or falsies. Hepburn's approach to beauty was understated but effective, emphasizing grace, simplicity, and self-care. In an industry increasingly obsessed with surgical enhancement, she stood out by maintaining her look through natural methods and discipline. Her timeless style continues to inspire, proving that elegance often lies in subtlety and confidence rather than drastic alteration.